But I did want to ask a question. So we keep talking about project managers. It's been a while since I've worked with a project manager. So who is a project manager? Is the product manager the project manager, or is the engineering manager the project manager? Who's the project manager?
I mean, that's
Eh,
kind of a
the
gray line.
lead?
See,
Like,
it on my teams, the product manager is the project manager.
okay.
They're making the project decisions for the product because they're interfacing with the customers, and they're the ones sitting between the customer layer and the engineering layer. So they have to do all that translation and negotiation and time management stuff. So
What if
they
they're not
really are.
technical though?
They're not. Well, my product manager actually is, but that's uncommon.
Yeah.
She's actually she can write code and she can talk to customers. So
Well, she sounds like a
that's
delight.
oh she's great because I don't have to translate from
Yes.
programmerese to English.
Hmm.
So that's really good and things happen a lot faster. But there's also I've been in I've been a project manager and I'm purely a technical person. I've had to talk to customers because get into project management, that's just part of the thing.
Hmm.
But my background is all technical. So the engineering managers can also be project managers. It depends on kind of how the things are structured. But I've seen them both, and I've
Okay.
I've been one of them. So
And then Creston's just all the things all the time. So we've already defined that.
he gets all the hats.
Well, someone who is responsible for completing the project is the project manager. I mean, that project could be enhancing the product, or maybe if the engineering lead is responsible for implementing a particular feature, okay, he's the project manager of that particular
Hmm.
objective. So I guess I don't label it or worry about labels too much with regard to that. But
Well, and I think too, the smaller the team size, the less defined project manager really is because you have to spread more hats around. So when you've got 30 people working on a project, you have the ability to have a project manager, and that's all they do. When you've got 5 people working on one, you don't have that luxury. You may have a
well, let's
project
see.
manager, but they're doing a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have that title, but essentially it's the manager, whomever is coordinating them for the project. They're essentially managing the staff to achieve whatever the goal is.
Right.
I think that's something that I've kind of struggled with is because to some people, a project manager is a title and a role. But to me, in most of the companies that I've worked at, it's an attribute of somebody. And I need to do a better job of saying, like, we're starting off this project, and you might think I'm the project manager, but we're actually going to allocate someone else as the project manager because I'm secretly the project manager of 3 other projects. And so, really
Well,
trying to spread that wealth out.
the kind of allegory I've always had. My dad was in the Navy, and so this always made sense to me. Captain in the Navy is an actual rank, but the captain of a ship may not actually be a captain.
Okay.
So, it's both a position and a title. And that's kind of how project managers work. It kind of depends on where you are and what your situation is as to whether it's your title or just your position as in the I've always looked at team as everybody is equal. I just happen to have this role in the team, right? So I don't look at it as management. I look at it as I'm just this role.
Such a good point. Even today, one of my junior developers asked me if they had the permission to assign a ticket to a senior if they were in charge of watching over the intake for that week. And I was like, we're all equal here.
Yep.
You just need to find somebody who can solve the problem, but you are empowered to give that a ticket. Like I don't want any title funniness at any given point. Nobody's time is more valuable.
Right.
So I like that insight a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's a real struggle for, I think, a lot of new project managers because they're given this title and told, you have this responsibility of project management, and the word management kind of carries some baggage with it, right? And so, you come in and saying, okay, I have to manage things. And really what you're doing is just, I'm taking a different position in the group, and my responsibilities to the group are just different than they used to be. Now I'm more in charge of getting things out of the way than I am banging on a keyboard.
That's a good point, because I have developers that are very, very firmly in the camp that they will stay as individual contributors and go up that ladder. And I'm so grateful that we have the space to do that nowadays, because that was really hard. It used to be really hard to be that way. And so you're right, though, they hear the word manager and they're like, no, 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 this is not what I signed up for. And it's like, actually, in order to be a really great individual contributor, you need to have some project management skills.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people confuse or conflate management and leadership. But those are two completely different things. I've had junior programmers on my team that are fantastic leaders of the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't have a management position, but they are great leaders. You know,
I have those too.
Yeah, and that's very different things. And I think newer project managers tend to conflate those things and think that they're equal, but they're not. And it's that and learning how to delegate, I think, are the two biggest things I had problems with when I was learning how to be a project manager. Delegation is really difficult.
Really hard. If anyone can crack that secret too, like, please send me a DM.
Right, for sure. Yeah, because letting go of the control of things that you know you can do, letting somebody else do it so that they can learn, is like, oh.
I'm taking my headphones off. The hard truths.
Yeah. But yeah, it's project management. I mean, it's just even hard to define what that is.
Agreed. It's an opinion in many different ways.
Yeah.
If you like this clip and want to watch another one, you can click right here. Or if you want to watch the full video, you can click here.